Hey, good morning, and welcome to another blessed day of life. My name is Tom Lewis Gray. As some of you might know me, and some that are not familiar with who I am, that's my name. And I'm here to actually share a story with uh, family and friends and just the community at large. Um, There's so much information out there concerning health and wellness. And if anybody knows me, I've been in the health and wellness field and industry for a very long time. Just to start off and give you some background about me, uh, I started lifting weights seriously at the age of 11. And my mother bought me a pair of weights, set of weights for Christmas the year I turned 11, and I've never stopped. I found it to be just therapeutic. It took my mind off things, even at a young age of 11. It helped me to therapeutically navigate my society, my surroundings, my domain. It gave me extra confidence. It gave me just high level self esteem. And then it also transferred that vibration over to people around me. I mean, people my age, and also people, adults. So I noticed the adults treated me differently when I started to work out and lift weights. It's amazing how that vibration attracts other vibrations or repels vibrations. Those that are not on that vibration will repel from you and actually ridicule the things you're doing concerning yourself when you be yourself. Dr. Seuss said it best, nobody can beat you being you. You are original. You are designer's original. And if you do you, if you be you, you're a genius and nobody can stop that. But today I wanted to share a story with you concerning my health. And I just want to make the disclaimer that I'm not a medical doctor, MD. I'm not a doctor at all. I don't have any medical experience. But I am certified as a master personal trainer. People that know me that might be on here may know that I am uh, a master personal trainer through LA Fitness Lifetime International. I train the trainers, and I also train clients myself. I have maybe 90 to 100 clients that I train throughout the week, throughout the month. I'm certified biomechanic specialist. That's almost like being a mechanic to a car. There are certain ways a car works, and all the parts that go to an automobile, they work in a specific way. Well, God designed your body to work a specific way. There are all kind of workouts on YouTube and in the internet of people stretching around and doing all kind of things. The body is made by biomechanics. The arm goes like this. You don't have to do anything different. That's the way the bicep moves. So I'm a certified biomechanic specialist. So when I train people, I work them out the way their body anatomically moves, and that reduces the risk of injury, reduces continuous chronic soreness, and it helps you move on to the next level and gain more strength and stability in your body. So I'm certified in that. I'm a certified fitness nutrition coach. That means that I provide expert advice and recommendations to my clients who are trying to live a healthy life and trying to find ways to improve their performance in working out. That's what fitness performance is. When you're working out, you're testing your body and you're putting it to the test. Sometimes our bodies fail when we're working out. That means that you have to see what's failing and tutor that part so that it gets stronger. Just like in the class, if someone's failing the class, they need a tutor. Well, body part need to be tutored also. So, fitness nutrition coach. I'm a certified dietary supplementation expert, and I'm also certified in massages, sports massages. So I have a bunch of certifications. I can keep going. I have a bachelor's in business administration, and those of you on here know I pledged at Lincoln University. Uh, so I had my bachelor's there. Got that during the time I was there for 4 years, and then I earned my master's degree in Spertus Institute of Jewish Institute of Knowledge, which is in Chicago, and got my master's in Human Services Administration. So it goes on to say that I've been helping humans for a very long time. People know my past; they may know that I'm a licensed and ordained minister, and no, I don't preach in the pulpits anymore, and I don't stand there and shout and preach in the buildings anymore. But I do minister to people on a daily basis outside the four walls, which is where Jesus was anyway. So anyway, I wanted to get on here, and I don't want to labor the time, and I want to pique your interest, but I wanted to get on here and tell my story about myself. Like I said, I've been lifting weights a long time, and uh, at certain times during those years, I was really, really serious about diet and nutrition, and then sometimes you just look at the masses and you say, "Hey, I want that fried chicken. I want those egg rolls. I want to go to the hibachi and eat all of the rice and stuff." And sometimes you just fall off, and then you end up, getting a little unhealthy or gaining weight or whatever. But for the most part, um, I knew how to dial in and get myself together if I needed to lose weight or consider myself healthy. So you can eat all the salads and everything, and you can eat the veggies, and there are still things that in your DNA cause for you to have some speculation and to try to find out more about yourself, especially on the inside. We can look good on the outside of our bodies, and we can say, "Hey, I look good, so I know I'm healthy on the inside." But we have to take another look at that part, because looks can be deceiving. You get in the mirror and you say, "Wow, I'm 5% body fat or 8% body fat, or oh my God, I'm gaining weight," and it just doesn't really matter. You just want to try to live each day. I've come up with an acronym, BOLO, BOLO, and that's my youth nickname. And it's be one, live one. You only get one. So you need to pay attention to some of the things that is going on with yourself. So not to prolong the time. On February the 6th, I was on my way to the health club. I get up very early, sometimes 3, 4 in the morning. So I'm moving around while people are sleeping and slumbering. And I actually headed to the gym 5 a.m., packed my bags, walked in the gym. And when I walked into the gym and slung the doors open, all of a sudden I started feeling really, really weird. Um, I checked in to the front desk and made my way to the locker room. As I was walking to the locker room, it's not quite a distance from the front. I began to feel a tightness in my neck, and I'm walking around and I'm moving my neck around, maybe trying to loosen that up. And then by the time I got in the locker room, my shoulders began to connect to my neck, and then my chest became real tight. And I thought I had to belch. I thought I had, when you drink a carbonated drink, I thought I had a big belch ready to come up. And I kept trying to suck some air to try to make myself belch. And as I kept on going, let me say I have a high tolerance for pain. So I was in pain already, but I just kept on going. I said, well, maybe I need to go out here and stretch and breathe and take some deep breathing while I'm stretching. So as I'm unpacking my bags, getting ready to go into the locker room, I bent down in the bag, and it felt like someone hit me in the middle of the chest. and the fist never left. It hit me and it stayed there, and it continued to press in. Now I'm looking in the mirror in the locker room by myself, no one else there, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then the lights started blinking in there, everything started spinning on me. I knew this was weird. I knew this wasn't a workout related feeling. That from the last workout, I knew something was really weird. I never claimed that that I was having a heart attack. I never said, "Oh my God, I'm having a heart attack." I never said that. In my spirit, I didn't say that. But I knew that I had to get out of there. I walked out to the gym floor, and maybe I said, maybe let me get on the stairmaster. I tried to get on the stairmaster, and I stood up on the stairmaster before I hit the on button. I just jumped right back down. I said, no, I'm going. I could tell the life. I could feel the life leaving my body at that time, and the pain was continuing. And I was still trying to press on. And I was like, get out of here, Tom. So I started talking to myself. You have to go. I went back in the locker room. I grabbed my bag out of the locker. Now I'm starting to hyperventilate because I know if I don't get out of there and get some help, I'm going to pass out in this gym. And I didn't want to go down. And I kept talking to myself not to go down because at some point the pain was so excruciating. I wanted to get on a knee and to stop moving. And a voice in my heart, in my ear said, don't stop moving, keep going. And I made myself aware of my surroundings. I looked around and there was not a lot of people in the gym. And I knew I wasn't going to get the help I needed in there. So I went back in the locker room, grabbed my bags, and I walked really fast back out of the gym. And I got in my Jeep. And now I started the Jeep up, and I'm trying to see if this is going to go away. And the pain was persistent and it was increasing. And now I was hyperventilating even more, and I was getting confused. As I pulled out of the parking lot, and I directed my mind to maybe I should go home and try to tell my wife to call 911. I got to the light. I stopped at the light, and it's like the spirit in me said, "Go to the hospital. Take yourself." So I made a right turn, and God is miraculous because the hospital was a mile and a half away, and I had every green light all the way to that hospital. Even the turning left turn I made, the green arrow was there for me. When I arrived at the hospital, I parked in the parking lot. I knew I was going to be there. So I didn't park in the U-shaped of the ER emergency room. I parked in a real parking spot, and I was able to lock my Jeep because I knew I was not coming back out of this building that same day. The way I was feeling, I knew it wasn't. And I was walking with my hand on my chest, and I was making sure I had my wallet and everything for my car. I walked into the hospital, and let me tell you how God works. There was no one in the ER, not one person. And when I got there, there was no patients behind the doors being worked on. So I was the only person that they had to pay attention to. And let me tell you, this hospital, Piedmont Hospital here in Georgia, they were excellent. They jumped on my situation, and they began to service me and attend to my symptoms and everything. But here's the funny part. Once I got back in the back, and they gave me the nitroglycerin pill, and the nitroglycerin pill is to actually stop you from having a second heart attack or whatever. And so they popped that in my mouth, and they began to plug me up to all these machines, and they started to draw blood and take blood pressures, and everything was normal. I'm gonna say it again. EKG normal. They did it twice. Normal. They drew blood. There's an enzyme And the name of that enzyme is called troponins. And this enzyme is released by the heart. It's a protein that's released by the heart and it goes into the bloodstream. And this enzyme determines if you've had a heart attack or not. So when they tested it when I first arrived, my enzymes was at zero point 0.6. So, hours go by and I'm still in the ER and I'm laying back there and they're like, wow, what happened? EKG is normal. They took me to a CAT scan. They did a CT scan on me, took me down to another room, ran the CT scan, ran me through the machine, pulled me back out. Scan is normal. Everything was normal. They took me down hours later to do an echocardiogram. That's similar to an ultrasound when ladies are pregnant and you can see the baby. So they did the echocardio scan, and I can see my heart just as the text in there was watching. And they were so blown away. They said, man, your heart is beautiful. Look at how it's moving. It's in rhythm. Everything was in rhythm. It never stopped. And I'm watching it, and they said, wow, this is beautiful. But what happened? So uh, they rolled me out of the echocardiogram room and they took me back upstairs to my hospital bedroom. And hours later, after the last blood test, the doctor came in and said, we just checked your blood again, and your troponins went from zero point 0.6 to 19. That means that I had a heart attack. And I was conscious enough at that time to even actually Google troponins. And it says if your troponin enzymes, are higher than zero point 0.6, it is an indication that you had a heart attack. And I was just spellbound. I had a loss of words. I was at a loss of words because, um, you know, for the doctor to come tell, you that you've had a heart attack and, that you eat clean. I eat fruits and vegetables all day, drink gallons of water a week. I drink fresh spring mineral water. Um, I have a snack every now and then, especially when I'm hanging out with my grandkids. And I do eat cookies and have a little ice cream every now and then. But I mean, so does everybody. But I don't do it to the point where it should make you sick. But just being told that you just had a heart attack, I was just stunned just for minutes. Like, you got to be kidding me. And she said, no, you had a heart attack. So they wanted to do a stress test on me, and they set up a stress test and they scheduled it for the next morning. But after the cardiologist got involved and they looked through everything that they saw, they opted out of the stress test because they said I will pass the stress test because I'm conditioned. I could get on a treadmill and run on an incline. They said you're gonna pass that and you're gonna go home and then you're gonna be right back in here. So they canceled the stress test and they scheduled me for a catheter procedure, which is when they put the scope up through your femoral artery, uh, and they went through my thigh to see my heart. And doing the procedure, the tech that was administering the procedure came and whispered in my ear. He said, "You, Mr. Gray, you have two major arteries that are blocked, and we getting ready to clean them out for you." And I just knew that was God talking because uh, for him to come whisper to me, I knew he was on my team and he was letting me know what he saw and he was taking care of it. I've really felt really assured. I really felt confident when he told me that. and then I knew that I would be okay. He did come back and say there's a little scarring where you had the heart attack due to the blockage, but your heart is okay, and there's no need for open heart surgery because if they would have saw severe damage, then they would have had to do open heart surgery the following morning after a procedure like that. So they never. He said we won't have to do that. He said once we put you on a medication, a blood thinner, and we're gonna put two stents in your heart. So they put two stents in both arteries and cleaned those arteries out. And just let me just say this: I got a newfound energy also from those stents that are in my heart. I don't know how long they last or whatever. I don't look into the future like that. I take one day at a time, be one, live one. And I feel really good. All of the symptoms that I was having prior to this began maybe 2, 3 years ago. And I attribute it to just, man, having nerves issues. I need to stretch. When I sat down for long periods of time, my feet would get numb. I don't know if any of you are experiencing this. My feet would get numb, my toes would get tingly. When I stand up, I could feel the blood circulating back. I began to get tingling in my fingers and in my hands while I slept at night, and it was waking me up for months and months and months. And I would be patting my hand and my arms, trying to get my feeling back. And it would come back once I stood up or woke up. So I knew it had to be some kind of a circulation issue, but I didn't ignore it. I started going to chiropractor. I was going to the masseuse, massage parlors. I spent money on acupuncture. I was trying to be proactive on what I thought the situation was. So I wasn't negligent on my symptoms, and I believe those symptoms started around 2019, 2020. I don't know, maybe during COVID. And once I actually started going to these places, receiving these services, I would feel better for a day or hours. I would feel better for a half a day, and the next day I felt better, but the symptoms would return. Went to the orthopedic center here in Georgia, and they wanted to do surgery on my back. They were saying, "Oh, we see where the problem is. Your spine and your thoracic has been traumatized. Did you play football?" I said, "Yes, I was a very extreme, violent hitter in football." And well, they said, "Well, it looked like you had whiplash," and I was like, "Okay," but I just didn't feel that I needed back surgery from what. So I never went through with that, but I still continue to suffer with the poor circulation. Now, in 2023, I did go to the doctor quite a bit. I went to the doctor maybe 7 to 8 times. When they say, "Oh, men don't go to the doctor," I went to the doctor. You can ask anybody that knows me. I was saying I got a doctor's appointment, and I was going. The first time I went to the doctor is in May in 2023, and my cholesterol was at 120, and I think normal levels are 95 to 100. So that's above 100, and it's getting off track. And I was like, okay, I can handle that. Let me get off the stuff. Let me make sure I clean my diet up a little bit and do a little bit more cardio. Maybe I drop some weight. So me and my physician made a bet. She said, "Hey, you're in shape, but why don't we just work on dropping some pounds?" I said, "Fine." I was 260 pounds. And I said, "I could do that." I began to lose weight. I mean, immediately, and then actually, the weight started coming off. I was feeling good, and then uh, I went back, scheduled an appointment, and then they drew my blood again, and my cholesterol went up to about 140. And so she was like, "Wow, I don't know why your cholesterol is moving up like that. I don't know why your cholesterol is rising. You know what I want to do? I want to put you on a statin." And I immediately declined. I said, "I don't want to go on a statin, because me and my uh, uh, educated mind. I knew what statins, the side effects of statins were, and I kind of pride myself on having a great memory. My brain is very, very excellent, and I know that statins, the side effect of a statin is you have faded memory. You begin to forget. Short term memory starts to fade, and I know that's a fact. So that's why I declined it. I really shouldn't have declined it. She even did the prescription. I never went to the Walgreens to get the prescription, and that's where I should have went to get that prescription, because we had a follow up appointment after that, and when I got my blood drawn again, and she saw the results, she said, "Wow, this is at like 165. What's really going on? Did you take the statin?" I was like, "No." She was like, you really should be taking the statin." And I don't know why my cholesterol was rising. I mean, I do eat eggs. I was eating, quite a few eggs because I wanted to keep my protein high. Other than that, I don't have any dietary changes that I made. Um, there are so many things that are associated with cholesterol that you just can't pinpoint one thing. So food is one, but working out builds inflammation. So if you're working out quite a bit and you're not getting rid of some of the inflammation from the soreness in those muscle parts, that builds up into the cholesterol issue. And not only that, I call it BS in your family, arguments, and always having stressful situations, stress on the job, which is the biggest silent killer. Stress in your relationships. These are also some contributors to the levels of cholesterol issues that people are facing. So it's not just food. It's not just the BS in your life, the stress. It's not just going through severe relationship issues, but also it can be, the stress on the job. It can be smoking. Smoking. As I study smoking tobacco, the nicotine makes the blood sticky, so it makes it slow in traveling through your body. Drinking, sipping. Everybody's going to the club or having a sip, sip, sip. That builds up on your cholesterol, and without you knowing, your body has to deal with a whole bunch of things, a host of things to try to help you stay alive. So unbeknownst to you, when you're sleeping, your body does things without your permission. Your body has to do things to help you live. That's the way God designed it. So you're sleeping, and it's like, wow, we have the liver is full of cholesterol. Now the pancreas is secreting insulin. The kidneys is trying to detox the blood. The heart is pumping harder and faster to supply all of these members with blood. So there's so many things going on in your body that you have no clue. And I had no clue. I was not negligent in most of the symptoms, but I was negligent in listening to the doctor to go get my statin, because on the day of my heart attack, my cholesterol level was 257. So within months, May 125 to February of the next year, 8 or 9 months, 257. That is quite an increase. I don't know what attributed to that. I don't know why my cholesterol rose every time I went to the doctor. Uh, I just didn't know. But one thing I do know is I had a heart attack on February 6th, 2024. And the reason why I'm on this channel, and this is my channel. So, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to come on here and talk about my journey. I am currently enrolled in cardiotherapy. We meet 3 days a week, and it's fantastic. I'm learning more than I ever learned, because I thought I was a smart guy, but I'm learning more things on the psychology part of learning to take care of your heart and let your heart take care of you. Okay, we learned in there that your heart is the COO. If your body was an organization or a business, you are the CEO, but your heart is the COO. And when your chief operating officer stops working, none of your other staff, none of your other departments will work properly. So you must take care of the COO, which is your heart. How do you do that? You empower your heart. You empower it to circulate the blood to all of its members, to all of the staff, so that when you're sleeping, without your permission, your heart is supplying everybody what they need so that they can work on your behalf while you're asleep and you're fasting in that fasted state. So we learned that, and I want to take everybody on this journey so that you can be safe and that you can understand that we still have to respect. We have to respect the medical industry, and I was a stickler on not taking medications, but I'm currently on medications, and I haven't had any side effects. I mean, maybe the first couple of days once my body got used to it, but I'm back on track. I want to let everybody know that I'm back in the gym. I'm like working out. It took me a couple of weeks to get my breathing back to par, but I'm back feeling good. I don't have any tingling in my fingers anymore. I don't have any numbness in my fingers anymore because they called it rotor rooted me. They cleaned the two arteries out, so and where the stents are. So I'm getting more blood supply and I'm getting more blood circulation. That's really making me feel much better. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night, patting my hands or trying to figure out why my arms are going numb. It's just a beautiful thing to see how when God is in it, there's no limit. And I just put God in charge because I don't know what the meds are gonna do. I know they have side effects, but everything does. Eating too many eggs has side effects. Too many greens has side effects. So everything is bipolar. Everything has a side effect, but you must manage that and know with by the grace of God that you can encounter and do anything. You can move mountains. You don't have to climb the mountain. You can move mountains. Sometimes God will help you go around the mountain. It's not that hard. Just go around it. You don't even have to try to struggle with this mountain. And that's how I look at this. What I've had given to me was a second lease on life. The cardiologist came in the room, they stood on the wall, and he looked at me and he said, "How did you get here?" And I said, I drove. I drove myself. He said, "We don't recommend that. You should have called 911, but I'm glad you did that day." And I'm glad I did too. I listened to that small voice saying, "Take yourself to the ER. Don't wait on the ambulance. Don't wait on 911." And I'm not suggesting people do that. That's a disclaimer. I'm not suggesting you drive yourself to the hospital. But I'm letting you know that I heard a voice say, if I don't get there soon, that I'm not going to be here. And I'm here to tell this story. And what he said to me was in my first therapy, we meet now 3 times a week. And he just cracks up when he see me. He said, "I knew you were from outer space because no one should have survived what you encountered." He said that uh, if I would have went home, I would have had the widow maker. And you know what a widow maker is? The word widow means that I would have made my spouse a widow. And I was just glad that God saw fit that I can stabilize myself and get to a point where I can think about what I needed to do. I never lost confidence. I wasn't afraid. I just knew that I needed help, and the help that I needed was not near. So I went to find help, and I went to the experts, and we've talked, we conferred, and we're still talking. And as I learn more about the heart and a healthy heart, maintaining a healthy heart, I'm going to be sharing this with you on this channel. So I want everybody to subscribe and tune in because on every Saturday at 9 a.m., I'm going to come on here and present to you some of the things I learned. So before I go off here, I have a few things that I want. If you have a pen and paper, you might want to write this stuff down. There are some things that on the first day of therapy, they just made it clear. There are three things. They said remove all BS out of your life. And when I say BS, I don't want to say the word, but you know what BS is. If you're dealing with situations that's BS, remove it. If you can't remove it, remove yourself. Number two, change your eating habits. Do not use vegetable oil or oils made from seeds. That's canola, vegetables, sunflower, all those things. Those are bad oils. If they're in your kitchen, you need to toss them. Do not use vegetable oil, canola oil, or vegetable oils, or oils that are derived from seeds. Hear me now. The oils that you should have in your house is olive oil, butter, ghee butter, and uh, castor oil, and that's it. All right, we went over a few things. Fried foods, no. Bacon and eggs, which I had a problem with, and I love some slab bacon and eggs, and no. Hot dogs and luncheon meats like bologna, the stuff Subway sell, I'm done with that. High fat dairy products, done with that. Fast food burgers, that's one of my problems way back in the day. And it might be the catalyst for me having high cholesterol. Baked goods, those pies and cakes. Ice cream, you need to make homemade ice cream out of real products. Shellfish, high in cholesterol. People go to those seafood balls and they just think they're having really good time. But shellfish, what are they called? Lobster, shrimp, those things. Look it up. I mean, you could Google that. High in cholesterol. Soda. People are still sipping on Pepsis and Coca-Cola. That's nonsense. I haven't had a soda in years, and I know it's addictive once you sip on it because the stuff they put in there makes your saliva generate, and now you're never satiated. You want another sip and another sip. And I don't know if it's the carbonation or whatever, but those things are addictive. And fatty meats. So your fatty meats can be, based on how they cut it, the steak, pork chops. Man, I love those things. And we've learned in cardiotherapy to remove some of that out of your diet. There's some other things that we learned on the first week, and uh, this is ongoing. Some of the foods that you're eating, your fruit. Eat a lot of fruits. Eat a lot of vegetables, but some of your fruits are acidic, and some are alkaline. So I got a list of acidic uh, uh, fruits that they've told us to be wary of, and those are like unseeded grapes. Bananas is acidic. Oh my God, I love bananas. I love bananas. Potatoes don't digest. You gain weight in the French fry line while you're eating 4 or 5 fries. You're gaining weight just off potatoes. Carrots acidic. Here's the one that's really hurting me is oranges acidic. Even lemons. And people are like, oh, put lemon in the lemon water. It's acidic. That's what they told us. These are not my words. People go to the restaurant, I want lemon water. It's acidic. It's putting acid in the bloodstream. Limes, acidic. Check it out. When we were kids, we used to kill the pomegranates. And I used to love to pick those little seeds out and eat those things. Acidic. They gave us a list of alkaline fruits that really you should try to pay attention to. Papaya, alkaline. Mangoes, alkaline. Pears, alkaline. Plantains, yes. Go to that Jamaican restaurant, say, give me all the plantains, man. Coconut, alkaline. Bok choy, I love those now. When I go to the Chinese restaurants, I do eat a lot of bok choy, and I try to go to the places where I can make that skillet and cook that skillet and put that bok choy in my food. Cucumber, my favorite. I'm a picklehead. Alkaline. Avocado. Eat those avocados. Avocados. You got to eat those. I had 2 slices of avocado toast yesterday, off the chain, and that was my only meal of the day until dinner at about 6 o'clock. And it really satiates your appetite and depress your blood sugar from needing to be fed. And I did say bok choy. So these are some of the alkaline and acidic fruits and vegetables that they told us in cardiotherapy to start using. So please try to make those changes. And as you make the change, go to the doctor. If you don't know where your cholesterol level is today, you need to go get it checked soon. If you have the numbers, and life is all about math, if you get the numbers, you can do something. I got the numbers, I did some things, and I did do some things. I should have got the statin. And I can't say I probably wouldn't have had a heart attack, but I don't know. Maybe my arteries were clogged up for the last 20 years. But I've been walking around with minimal blood circulation as it appeared from the test that they took and the catheter procedure, and they saw my heart with 2 arteries majorly blocked. I don't want that to happen to anybody else. I got about 2 minutes uh, left. I'm only going to do 45 minutes on here, but I just wanted to share my story with you guys. And I'll be back every Saturday live on this channel at Brown Bolo. That is my channel. I want to talk about heart health, and I want to talk about ways to contain and maintain your health, contain it and maintain it, and receive it and continue on in long life. I believe that the process that I went through has gained me so much more than I ever studied in a class, just a life experience. And right now, uh, life is very, very more poignant because I want to understand. I had to ask God when I got by myself, like, why am I still here and what is my purpose? So purpose means a lot. And if you want to know the purpose, you still have to have life. And life without a purpose, there's no life. You're just existing. There's something that you're here to do. And if you're still here, that means you have a lot of work to do. So, on that note, I'm going to sign off. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Remember, every Saturday, 9 a.m., you're going to hear from me, Bolo. Be one, live one. You only get one. You only get one life. While you're here, what is your purpose? Why are you here? Why are you still here? Is it for you just to lay around, not do anything? Why are you still on earth? There are so many things to do, and we need to reach the community, reach the masses to help each other humanistically on making it to the next level. Once again, I'm Tom Lewis Gray, your master certified trainer. Thank you for joining me, and I'm signing off right now. I'll see you next time.